Okay, so you want to make pinky stronger, so you can play bar chords, or you want to make pinky stronger and more coordinated so you can do more fun things with your pinky. So here's some ideas to just give your pinky something to do. It's easy to learn a lot of chords, all your main, C, D, G, and not really use pinky yet. And then if you jump straight into bar chords, your pinky hasn't been used much. It's not really ready. So we're going to look at all the usual first position chords, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and make sure we know how to incorporate pinky into each of those chords. And then that will give pinky more experience and help pinky get ready to be more helpful when you go to playing bar chords. So let's just go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay? When you are playing, now this, by the way, is not an absolute beginner lesson. This is for beyond beginner. You're already comfortable playing C and D. If F is still hard, that's okay. F takes a while. But, A chord, D chord, E chord, G chord, C, things like that. And we're just going to make sure that pinky has a job to do, okay? So let's look at, now there are a lot of different ways of playing A. Let me get this where you can see it better. There we go. But to do this pinky thing, I usually use these three fingers, okay? So I have my first, second, and third finger making my A chord all on the second fret there. I'm trying to get this where you can see it better. Okay. Sorry about the glare today. There we go. And now pinky's job is just going to be to reach up. Usually this finger is on the second fret, on the second string. And when we play that A chord, if you lay pinky down on the third fret, you get that nice, it's a suspended fourth. And that is just an option. It's not the easiest thing to do, but my purpose here is to give you ideas how you can use pinky. If you have trouble with one in particular, let me know. Okay. Try not to go like this. Try to keep, actually, let's try it by putting down pinky first, and then putting down. See if that helps. So that's A, and for B, we're going to use B7, and we're going to start with second finger on the B note, fifth string, second fret. Well, I'm going to assume you know the B7 shape, or if you haven't learned B7, I'll just point out that B7 uses pinky. So this would be a good chord to learn. You can get charts and learn the finger placement. But if you don't already know B7, this would be a chord that uses pinky. And so pinky has a job to do. And actually you can put pinky up and down. Okay, A, B, C. Now, on your C chord, I just want to point out, you may or may not know C7. To make the C7 chord, you make your regular C shape, and then pinky comes down on the third string, third fret. Now, I'm not suggesting that you take a song that has a C chord in it and just replace it with C7. Sometimes that works, but not always. I'm just suggesting that if you don't already know how to play C7, that would be a good chord to learn, to just add your pinky so that you have a chord where, okay? But there's another cool thing we can do with C before I forget. So look at the shape right here. This is usually how the C chord is taught for beginners. But if we take this finger and move it down to the 6th string, and then take pinky and put it where that finger was a minute ago. See what I did? Let me do it one more time. Here's regular old C with 3rd finger on the 5th string, 3rd fret. I'm going to take this finger and move it to the 6th string, and then pinky is going to go where that finger used to be. Okay? The cool thing about this shape is that now you can do, if you have any kind of alternating bass pattern where you're playing, you know, 5 and 6, now you've got 2 bass notes there on your C chord. There's all kinds of, or like the boxer. I am just a poor boy and must work. That kind of thing. If you ever want, that's fast, I know, I'm sorry, but what else? If you're flat picking, anything with alternating bass, it's nice because you have C and G there, okay? And it actually sounds nice. Let's go on to G right now. Another cool thing about this shape is you can keep that finger right where it is. And if you've not already learned to play G with these 3 fingers, often G is taught this way, but if you make that same shape and use these 3, then there's a lot of advantages to this shape. So this is a G shape that gives pinky some exercise. This finger's free. The nice thing about this, well, one nice thing is this finger's free to do nice things. You know, you can use that finger, or you can use... Right now what I'm doing is putting these 2 fingers where they would be on a C chord. But the point of this lesson is pinky. So here's a G chord using pinky. And what I was saying a minute ago, this finger, if it stays here, when you go to the C I showed you, that this low note, the G note, can stay, call it kind of like a pedal tone, and that's nice. And that can be nice. So we skipped on to, we're going alphabetically. We did A, B, C. We skipped to G, but since we just learned this thing for C, we're going to do a different thing, similar thing with F. Now, if F is still giving you trouble, that's okay. F takes a while. One of the best things with F is just to play it anyway, and eventually it gets better. But as long as we're on F, look at the angle of this finger. That usually helps. I'm using the side of this finger, and this sort of angle usually helps. It's better than trying to go like that. Everybody is different, but usually this works. So I'm going to do a similar thing. This is kind of the usual F chord shape that you get when you're new at this. And let's take this finger and move it to the 5th string. And pinky's going to go where 3 finger just was. So now I'm playing my F chord, but I'm using 5 strings. And I have this note added to my F chord. This is a great way to, if you only do one thing with your pinky, this is a good place to start, because when these fingers are close to each other, it makes pinky stronger. These fingers anatomically are kind of like one finger. So this is a really good way to use pinky when it can be right next to ring finger. So there's F. Let's see, what did we miss? A, B, we did B7, C. We didn't do D yet. When you make your D chord, pinky, again, another good opportunity for pinky to work right beside ring finger. Just put it on the 3rd fret right beside ring, and you've got a nice suspended note there. And you can work that into your songs. A lot of times when you're playing a G, it sounds nice to, I mean a D chord, it sounds nice to work this in. Another fun thing you can add to this is to lift this finger that's on the first string. So this is normal D. This is pinky down, pinky up. Lift that finger. Oh. A lot of songs have that in it. D, oh, E. So E shape. What we're going to do is add pinky. Again, this is another great one with pinky's close to ring finger. Tuck pinky right under ring finger. So pinky is on 3rd string, 2nd fret. And another nice suspended note. It sounds lovely if you're playing a song that starts with an E chord. That's another way to use pinky. Did we miss anything? A, B, C, D, E, F. So there's some chords that I'll give you a chance to use pinky, and I think it's a good idea to get pinky used to participating in those chords before you expect it to be happy about making bar chords. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that in a bar chord lesson. So for now, that's it for now. If you're not on my email list, I'm going to put my website in the description under the video. It's www.everyonecanjam.com. And if you sign up for my email list, you'll hear about things that have to do with music in general. You'll hear about any courses that we have going on. And I put things there that I don't put anywhere else. So I hope to see you there. Bye.